Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is July 7th, 2014, and today is Monday. So looking at the economic calendar, starting off with the week after July 4th weekend, we have one very modest number that's coming out of Canada later today at 4 o'clock South African time. It's the PMI number. It's an inflationary number, so it should have some effect on the Canadian dollar. We'll look at the graph just shortly, but that's really all that's up on the agenda for today. We'll get a little bit more busy later on in the week, but for today, just looking at what's going on in the markets. Looking at the Euro USD, just selling off about 20 pips here, nothing really major. We're somewhat back into resistance, for previous resistance, now support. Might be a good place to actually buy this here, seeing how we've rallied after this big sell-off. Okay, and now I think we're going to consolidate it a little bit. With this big bounce of about 200 pips, and now we're at the middle of that. But if you look here, we're actually at a very good location. Previous resistance, support, anticipated support right here. So you might want to jump into it just a little bit, get your feet wet, but don't take it too big because we are still summer trading and things haven't really developed themselves yet. You maybe make a 30 pip move, 30 to 40 pip move for this bounce. Looking at some of the other currency markets, GBP USD obviously still very strong, not giving up. Okay, still on its dead highs, even on an 8-hour chart. And this thing, like we said before, has way more that it can go higher. Looking at a weekly chart, we're talking about even maybe hitting 174, 175 within the next few weeks. Still very bullish on this, although there is some sort of resistance at these levels. Okay, so just be aware of it. But if we hold above 173, I think we'll be able to rally up until 175, maybe even 180. And there's nothing to hold it back. It still has its momentum. It's still maintaining itself. Looking at the GBP Japanese yen, also same thing, on its dead highs. A little bit of a resistance at this level. If we look at a monthly chart, a little bit of a resistance, but nothing really clear. I'll tell you, resistance is about 180. That would have been a better resistance level for us. But again, very strong, the GBP. It's been continuously strong, and it has been populating quite well. Looking at the USD CAD, just briefly. Okay, it's been beaten up this year. Okay, the USD CAD, but all in all, it's still maybe a good place for it to bounce at these levels. This is on a weekly, monthly level. But looking here, it was 112, made this double top, and then we sold off. At this level, maybe we'll have a nice bounce, maybe to the 107, 107 and a half level. Maybe even 108, but this is it's still trending downwards. Okay, so I wouldn't get too aggressive on the upside, but there could be some good opportunity to just on the bounce. Looking at the gold, not much going on in the gold. Sold up about 7 points, 5 points since Friday. Hit 1330 last week, and now we've sold off, and we're hanging around 1313. Let's see if there is some sort of balance here and some sort of soft landing. And let's see if we can test this 1330 again. That was a major number initially, 1330. So we are challenged it again, and we didn't break higher. That's very momentous. Looking at the Dow Jones on its dead highs, broke 17,000, 17,068. I would expect a little bit of a sell-off today. After the weekend, a little bit of light trading, but I would expect a little bit of a sell-off after this 17,000 gap up. Now, looking at crude oil, still just trickling down. This was a great trade on the way down. Nothing to take it against you. Every time it went up, it went down, and continuously went down. We're making a soft landing here. It seems like it, making somewhat of a light trading and some support at this level. So if you are shorted, if you were shorted, then I would cover at these levels. But definitely, be careful not to take it too far in terms of chasing it down and trying to get the short of it. I don't see a catalyst to actually bring it higher, so I wouldn't recommend buying it. In any event, this is Fred Razak at CMTrading. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thanks.